Alrighty guys, we're back for some Dino Aggro, and this is a Lost Caverns of Ixalan standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I build all kinds of different decks, but I do prefer aggro decks and any decks with a red in them as well. Also, we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? A whole bunch of new cards to go over. We'll start at the beginning. Ixalli's Lorekeeper. It's a 1-mana 1/1. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a dinosaur spell or activate an ability of a dinosaur source. Yeah, pretty good ramp here, guys. I know in and of itself it's not very aggressive, but being able to ramp into early dinos is absolutely insane, right? So a turn 2 3-drop dinosaur could be really good, especially when the 3-drop dinos look insane. So we got a couple Pugnacious Hammerskulls here. It's a 3-mana 6/6 dinosaur. When it attacks, while you don't control another dinosaur, you put a stun counter on it. So hopefully you always control another dinosaur. Easier said than done, but we do have a bunch of dinos packed in, so hopefully, right? Yeah, a turn 2 Hammerskull, it seems insane, right? A turn 2 6/6, yeah, that's kind of wild, huh? We do have other great stuff to like ramp into or off of the Lorekeeper into, like Scytheclaw Raptor on turn 2 would still be really good. We have all 4 of these first of all. It's a 3-mana 4/3 dinosaur. Whenever a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, Scytheclaw Raptor deals 4 damage to them. That's a chunk of damage, dude. Holy cow. Might as well finish going over the 3-drops at this point. We got 4 Invasion of Regathas here. It's a 3-mana 5-defense battle siege. When it ETBs, it deals 4 damage to another target battle or opponent and 1 damage to up to 1 target creature. Pretty good battle, guys. Why are we rocking battles in here? Because we have Rampaging Raptor as our top end, all 4 of them. It's a 4-mana 4/4 trample haste dinosaur. For 2 and a red, Rampaging Raptor gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Whenever Rampaging Raptor deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player controls or battle that player controls. Yeah, dude, this card's kind of just like waiting for the right build, and of course it's a dinosaur, so we had to slot it in here, right? Something I kind of forgot to note, yeah, I really wanted to have this be dinosaur aggro and not mid-range because we saw so many Gruul Dino mid-ranges in the early access. So I really wanted to have this be an aggressive side, so that's why we don't have any of the other insane top-end dinos, right? Oh, I skipped over a 3-drop here. We got Giant Cindermaw. It's a 3-mana 4/3 with trample, and players can't gain life. Yeah, not half bad for a dinosaur, huh? Got a whole bunch of great 2-drops as well. We have all 4. Itzquinth, Firstborn of Gishath. Oh boy, the names in this set, guys, they've really been getting me. So this is a 2-mana 2/3 legendary creature, dinosaur. All 4 of them, even though it's legendary, I think it's going to be very good in here. So a 2/3 haste is already decent enough, I would say, honestly. But when it ETBs, you can pay an additional 2. And when you do, target dinosaur you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. So this is also acting as one of our removals of the deck. So it's going to be very important. And since it is a dinosaur, you can always use like Lorekeeper as that extra mana for that ability too. So that'll be good when it comes time, right? We have all 4 Belligerent Yearlings in here. This is a 2-mana 3/2 with trample, and when another dino enters the battlefield under your control, you may have Belligerent Yearling's base power become equal to that creature's power until end of turn. So if you have this on turn 2 and on turn 3 you play something like Pugnacious Hammerskull, you could totally be swinging in with a 6-power trample dino already, which is kind of insane. Maybe we want more than 2 of these. Maybe we'll talk more about that in the final thoughts, right? More 2-drops, we have a single Intrepid Paleontologist. This is a 2-mana 2/2. You could tap it for 1 mana of any color. It's a human druid. For 2 mana, you can exile target card from a graveyard. You may cast dinosaur creature spells from among cards you own exiled with Intrepid Paleontologist. If you cast a spell this way, that creature enters the battlefield with a finality counter on it. And a finality counter is if a permanent with a finality counter on it would go to the graveyard from the battlefield, you exile it instead. So you guys can see why I only have 1 of them in here. In and of itself, not incredibly aggressive, right? But there's going to be those mid to late games where this could really come in handy. Or again, a little bit of ramp goes a long way too, so. Okay, I skipped over 4 Kumano faces Kakkazan because when you want a deck to be aggressive, just squeeze these in real quick, right? No, we just have terrific 2-drops to play out after Kumano. Like turn 1 Kumano into a Belligerent Yearling, and this is already a 4-3 with Trample. That sounds pretty tasty. Same concept with this, dude. If you play Kumano turn 1 into the Firstborn, it's a 3-4 with haste. That is solid, dude. At 3-4, now Lightning Strike can't pick it up and stuff. Yeah, that's something else, honestly. Trying out a new piece of removal. Triumphant Chomp is a 1 red mana sorcery. It deals damage to target creature equal to 2 or the greatest power among dinosaurs you control, whichever is greater. So I think this could often be doing at least 4 damage for 1 mana, which could be worth it. Sorcery speed, so we won't make the mistake of trying to keep this open on the opponent's turn and then accidentally dealing 4 damage to our face off of our own raptor or something, you know? Oh, I also skipped over a 2-drop. I'm all over the place with this one, guys. We have Invasion of Ixalan for another battle in here to work well with that Rampaging Raptor ability. This is a 2 mana, 4 defense battle siege. When it ETBs, you look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Now that's literally everything in the deck except for Triumphant Chomp. Everything should be a permanent. Just double checking real quick. Yes. And it doesn't say non-land permanent too, so you could totally grab a land with this as well. When you flip this, it's a Belligerent Regisaur, which is a dinosaur. It's a 4-3 trample. When you cast a spell, Belligerent Regisaur gains indestructible until end of turn. Pretty solid battle, guys. It really is. The mana base, I have a single Cavern of Souls, hopefully not a mistake to have in here, but there's every now and then you're going to call dinosaurs and then all of a sudden your opponents can't counter your dinosaurs when you spend mana from Cavern of Souls. Could really come in handy, huh? Also have a single Restless Ridgeline. So ETB's tapped, unfortunately, taps for Gruul colors, and then for 2 in Gruul colors, it becomes a 3-4 red and green dinosaur creature until end of turn. It's still a land. Whenever it attacks, another target attacking creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn, and then untap that creature. So yeah, these restless lands kind of just look insane. It's too bad they ETB tapped, but if they didn't, they'd be overpowered beyond belief. So, or they'd need some other way. They would need like some other downfall, right? So we also have Copperline Gorge, we have the forest, so we're opting for the fast land. Oh, a couple Rockfall Vale, because I still think the mana base is going to be a little bit greedy. Who Endures, Crucible, heavily leaning towards red because that's what the deck is leaning towards. We got some honorable mentions. I thought about some burn spells and other pieces of removal. I think in this deck in particular, they're going to get in the way a little bit, so not this time round. Thought about some utility dinos for our 3 mana spots, and maybe we should add these. Like Frillback is pretty cool. It could get pretty expensive fast, and then Thrashing Brontodon could be a good one as well. Just something to consider. Honorable mentions for a reason, right? All right, guys, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. Of course we do. There's probably so many people playing today. It's the I'm recording this on the first day that the set is released. Ooh, opponent goes first. This is a keepable hand, right? I think so. I think so. We have a few turns to worry about getting that 3rd land, so. Okay, another 4-drop out of the deck. We should be fine. We should totally be fine. Yeah, we have our turn 2. We could draw a land next turn or the turn after and be satisfied. Okay, we might be up against mono red right away. Oh, nothing. Guess it might just be a lightning strike. You know what? I'm going to hold the forest back for now. Maybe they'll just think I'm mono red too. If it is a lightning strike, at least we're taking pressure off of our face. Like 4-3 gets killed. Now it's a lightning strike that's not hitting our face. I guess. Still feels bad to lose the dino though. But you know what? That's a lightning strike that's not hitting our raptor, which is pretty good. Kumano flips, we're probably going to have to keep it as a blocker, unfortunately. Invasion could be pretty good for the turn. Like, we could keep a blocker here. Maybe it gets burnt by a Play with Fire. Invasion would pick away this goblin at least, and then we could have Rampaging Raptor come down and immediately flip the invasion next turn. Probably not, though. We probably just need more stuff on this board. And then, yeah, we're going to have to keep that as a blocker. Because we know how explosive mono red can be. Okay, lightning strike for the Raptor. And it's going to be that full swing. Luckily, we get the exile on that squee, which is excellent. Going down to 10 here, and oh! Monstrous Rage gets the squee over the etching easily. Oh, buddy, we're in trouble. We're at 7. So technically, if Raptor can block the squee, we might survive for the turn, because they already used 2 of their lightning strikes on our creatures. So maybe. See, they already have 4 mana too, so yeah, there's probably... Okay. That is not... Yes, it is. No, it isn't. That is 6 damage going through. Okay, we're alive! We're not alive! Oh, no. GG, mono red. Yeah, we were on the run that entire game, huh? They did go first. Had we gone first, I think we still would have been on the defense for a little while there, especially after losing 2 of our... I don't want to call them like essential creatures, but like, yeah, losing 2 of our creatures so easily to the lightning strikes. And that's definitely noteworthy, man. Like the fact that our 3 mana card is just a 4/3 that could easily get picked up by their 2 mana card is definitely something to think about. Onwards to the next one. I would love to see more mono red at some point in this video to try to get a little bit of revenge against them, because I totally think we can outpace them. If given a chance, right? Well, we could see if we get right into the next game, or I suppose I could pause the record. Oh, there we go. Okay, nice. See, that's the thing. New set comes out. There's probably a ton of people playing, but I bet they're all in a game already. All right. Hey. Ooh, opponent goes first again. Crap. But not a bad hand. I don't think these hands are terrible, man. We got our turn 1. We got our turn 2. And then on turn 3, we have, like, the Lorekeeper could ramp into that Raptor. Rot Priest. Okay. Okay, what style of Rot Priest build do you guys suppose? They get the ball rolling on some poison. No mana for the turn. Oh, that's not what I was expecting at all. Okay. I guess we'll go for the swing. It's nothing like for 1 green mana that untaps a creature, right? Because that would be really bad. Like they target Rot Priest, it untaps, and then they block the Lorekeeper. That would have been really bad. Okay, safekeeping, they're just going for it, huh? I mean, since we tapped out that poison down, that probably means they have more protection in their hand too. Okay, some Simic. We're gonna go no block. Can we outrace the poison? I mean, as of right now, they don't have a second Rot Priest, so I want to say probably. Okay, we could ramp into Raptor, but we probably have to be concerned about potential counterspells, at the very least a little bit. If we save Raptor for next turn, we could actually get the invasion down. I like this, actually. And it's up to 1 target creature, so we don't have to target Rot Priest or anything. Not like it would matter anyways, because that's target spell, but... So submit 0. And then we swing Lorekeeper to invasion, and then Yearling to face. And then hopefully, again... Oh, you know what? There is Shore Up that untaps creatures, right? Does the Rot Priest build run Shore Up? Okay, they go ahead and go March of the Swirling Mist, take Yearling out of the equation for the turn. Invasion of Regatha is ready to flip. I doubt they end up blocking with Spell Thief. This could get dangerous really fast. Oh, Cavern of Souls. Nice. I mean, I really don't like seeing more mana here. We have a lot of mana in hand. But that's pretty good when you're up against anything blue. Alright. Rampaging Raptor. Take action. Full swing at face? When should I be concerned? I guess it's full swing at face. Because Raptor will flip the Invasion of Regatha unless they block. So we'll still have a blocker on the ground, potentially. That's pretty good, man. That's excellent. We could let the opponent borrow some of this mana, honestly. GG, opponent, GG. I'm guessing the concede was the fact that they didn't have a third mana, right? Or, I mean, we had a pretty sick board, but if they had a third, there's probably something they could have done. Maybe a couple things on the same turn would have been really nice for them, especially with Rot Priest. Or a second Rot Priest, for that matter. Like, if a second Rot Priest was on this board, I doubt it would have been a concede. Both of these have trample, though, so this was just a tremendously powerful board. It's too bad the opponent didn't see any extra mana, though. Would have loved to play that one out, Boule. Onwards! Yeah, let's not see mono red yet. Let's wait, like, maybe like at the end of the video, then we'll end on a high note with taking down some mono red. In the meantime, let's keep seeing good variety. Okay, yeah, the hands have been good, right? I think so. I think these hands have been terrific. Wait, who goes first? Is it us this time? It's us this time. All right. What do I want to start with? Yearling, probably? Okay. Yeah, probably the Yearling. Now, if we go... like, I mean, a counter spell on Raptor would be heartbreaking. Because we would really want Raptor on this board against, like, Azorius control, right? It's probably still worth a shot. Okay, it's still worth a shot. I don't want to play around a ghost that doesn't exist. It could also just be, okay, make disappear. Well, I still think that was worth a shot. We could have started with like Kumano, had 2 open. They would have kept make disappear, let the Kumano hit, then attempted the Firstborn. If 3 open. I guess that's what we could do this time round. But one of the reasons it was worth a shot was the Yearling would have gotten a little boost for the swing too. Alright. Let's start with Kumano. See what happens. One of the Firstborns. And honestly, like a make disappear on one of these isn't that bad. Better now than ooh. Okay, pay 2. Decline. Because 3 is obviously bigger than 2. Right? You may have base power become equal to... yeah, we don't want it to become 2 instead of 3. Okay, Faithful Mending. Yeah, this deck... maybe the Raptor was risky. Because, like, having this against... it probably just would have been removal. Yeah, the Raptor might have been too valuable. So maybe I should have held back. Depopulate, huh? Okay. Don't see Depopulate every day. It's usually Sunfall. I'm assuming it's going to be both in the opponent's deck. Woo! A Raptor. What a good draw, dude. Unfortunately, they're like... well, yeah, they're tapped out, so at least it doesn't get countered. But, like, is that what we want to do while they're tapped out? Because then they just use removal on their turn and we still don't get the damage through. It's probably fine. On that note, I'm actually going to put the counter on the Lorekeeper because Raptor already has just a huge target on its back anyways. So, like, spreading out the counter seems totally fine there. Kumano flips next turn, so if it's like another... it's not another Depopulate. Hey, Raptor might actually squeeze some damage through here. Now we could attempt to flip the Invasion. How much do I want to try? Wandering Emperor could be a Faithful Mending. I suppose we're going to attempt Firstborn. I don't know if, like, keeping that in hand... Decline, because there's no creatures. Yeah, maybe, like, keeping that in hand would be alright, too, just in case we had to use it as removal. Faithful Mending, take 4 damage, down to 9, gain 2, up to 11. They have 1 open. This is a chunk of damage. Kumano ends it if that 1 isn't like a Spell Pierce. GG opponent, wow. We got a little lucky, right? I think so. Let's check their graveyard real quick to see what they discarded. View battlefield. There's the 1 to populate. They have Repair and Recharge. They got Portal to Phyrexia. We can't see anything in their hand, so no Wandering Emperor. Wandering Emperor, they still would have taken the damage from the Raptor. If they saw a 5th mana, maybe that's what it was. Maybe they were stuck on 4 and they still had like a Sunfall in hand then. It's possible. I feel like we got a little bit lucky there, honestly. Usually control decks put up much more of a fight. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? We're seeing good variety right now, which is good. You like to see it? Worst hand of the evening, but also like just not that bad because Invasion grabs us whatever we need, whether it's land or just more dinosaurs. I like this. I don't mind this at all. We might have easy flips too. Nano, okay, mono red. Okay, we'll start with the forest. Oh crap, yeah, they went first too, so we're gonna have to go on the defense immediately. Luckily, Hammerskull is a wild card to defend with. We got a second one too, wow, okay. So let's grab a land off the Invasion of Ixalan. Because 5 cards is a lot of cards, so... Probably shouldn't be a tapped land. We should probably grab something that can actually be played on turn 3. Lorekeeper's good too. If we play Ridgeline, we could play our 2-drop. I think we're just going to play our Hammerskull though. A 6/6 is like super hard for mono red to get over. They'd have to rely on burning our face mostly and then like Phoenix Chick. Ooh, Chandra helps. That was one of the cards they exiled off the Reckless Impulse, I suppose. Let's see if they got nothing for that mana. Okay. Okay, it could be Raptor, but yeah, see that 4/3 gets picked up by Lightning Strike immediately, and now we just have to be prepared for that. So we keep the plan the same. We go Hammerskull and hope that Chandra doesn't get out of hand. The second Hammerskull was really good, which is definitely something to potentially go over in the final thoughts. Maybe we do want, like, 4 of these instead of just the 2. Flame Breather, oh crap, dude. Like I said, they're gonna have to rely on burn. That's a way through. See some of our, see one of our removal dinos here soon, hopefully. 4th mana was good. Rampaging Raptor is so good against Planeswalkers. We still can't really take care of the Chandra. But like, 2 open, is it just like second Hammerskull? Swing at the first one, see where they chump? It might be. No. I'm gonna use that mana because 2 turns in a row of Rampaging Raptor could be enough too. And if they let this all go through, maybe I'll just flip the Invasion instead. So we swing at face and swing at Chandra. And yeah, we're no longer on the defense for now. They double block Raptor. We definitely take care of the Flame Breather, and Chandra's gone then. I'm shocked by that, but yeah, because the double block doesn't kill the Raptor. Oh, well, they could have something in hand, of course. I didn't even think about that. Lightning Strike, ping our face. Flame Breather's out of the equation. Raptor's not getting through, but Chandra's gone. And no stun counter, because luckily we still had that dino on the board. So that will untap. So I think that worked out nicely since we have the second Raptor, right? Like that was a lot just to take out our first Raptor. All for us to remove their Planeswalker still too, so I think that was pretty good. Now if we play the second Raptor and they have all this open, they could power up Foundry and double block it. So if we do that, it would be Raptor to face, Hammerskull to Invasion of Ixalan. Virtue of Courage. Dude, holy cow, going for it. Oh man. That should probably be scary. This is kind of a funny match. So if they block there, I guess it's like full swing at face, right? Because I think we can outpace them now, and if they don't block the Raptor, then the 4 gets through to the Invasion of Ixalan. Which is pretty good, man. That's really good. That's a 4/3 trample. And it'll get indestructible as we play stuff too, so. Okay, nothing else has haste, but I feel like this is going to be a great deck to play the Scytheclaw Raptor against, so that's probably the play next turn. Or we could go Invasion of Ixalan, grab a land, play the land, then go Raptor. That's probably a little better. Except, yeah, GG opponent, GG. I completely understand based on this board state, because they're only at 10, and so they need like more chump blockers and stuff too. They do have the Mishra's Foundry, but then both of these have trample, and then we still have 5 cards in hand too. Yeah, GG. Okay, there's our revenge against mono red. Now, let's continue seeing some variety, right? You know what I haven't seen in like forever? Like, where's mono black? Where is it, guys? Seriously. Is it strange that I miss going up against Shieldred? Yes. Yes, because that is a monster of a card. But no, it's just for the sake of variety, you know what I mean? Ooh. Oh, the opponent goes first. I guess that means we're on the draw, but we only have 4 4-drops in here, and 3 of them are in hand with 1 mana. This is a mulligan, unfortunately, guys. Oh, much better, much better. Okay. Start with the Ridgeline. What do I ditch here? Like, Invasion? I probably like just having all the dinos more than any of the battles, although the battles really come... Well, maybe I should have ditched the land, actually. But ditching a land to have 2 and then most of your hand are 3-drops could be just super risky. Paleontologist, one of our one-ofs. We could probably play that. Oh, here we go. Mono black. Vran. Bro, okay. Lorekeeper. Vran should be concerning. I feel like, I mean, whatever we play probably gets killed, right? So Paleontologist probably immediately gets gobbled up regardless, but I feel like I shouldn't play this right now. Alright, Paleontologist, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the play. Lorekeeper wasn't like a bad draw, because we'll be able to do multiple things on the next turn if they don't kill this. Oh, it's gotta be Rakdos, actually. Okay, okay. Okay, well, Paleontologist is out of the equation. We still have the 3rd mana for the Raptor. And Rampaging Raptor was not a bad draw, was it? Okay. Scytheclaw Raptor. See if we can actually keep one of these on the board here. I like that we have 2 of them, though. Could be another Drown. Tenacious Underdog. And they want to do the removal on their turn. Okay, go for the Throat. And land off the top. Yeah, would not be bad at all. Cavern of Souls, and then we call Dino. Done. So we could go Rampaging Raptor, start swinging in and stuff. Or we could do 2 things on the same turn. And next turn we have like Firstborn and stuff. I say 2 things on the same turn. We'll go Raptor and Lorekeeper. And then we have like the Firstborn of Gishath here for 4 mana next turn if we need to remove like the Vran, which would not be a bad target at all. Oh, Archfiend is brutal stuff, man. Okay, we take the 3, but we're in trouble. Oh yeah, we're in trouble. Deals damage equal to its power. Yeah, that's a 6/6. That's going to be very difficult to get around. We should probably still take care of something here, right? Probably the Vran? One or more other creatures. It should probably be the Vran, right? I don't know what that swamp could be either, but... Okay, it lands. No great swings into a 6/6, guys, so... Okay, what oil counter down? A full swing probably means Firstborn blocks the underdog. Trespasser. Oh, buddy. This is like mono black aggro with a splash of red or something, right? That's what I would assume it to be. Yeah, letting them bring this back from the grave isn't great, man, but I think we block anyways, and we don't want to block with the Raptor by any means. Down to 6. Archfiends wins him the game next turn. Oh, no. Ooh. Oh, never mind, never mind. That would have been way too much, man. I was just thinking like, oh yeah, the Ridgeline buffs, and then we could have hit with Firstborn, but that's just like, what, 8 mana, 9 mana required to do something like that? So Raptor, full swing. We can actually play Lorekeeper and then tap the first Lorekeeper for the Raptor. Either way, the Archfiend wins in the air, so... Good game, opponent. That Archfiend, man. Underplayed much? I'll tell you what, that's pretty wild. I mean, against a deck like this where we don't just have like a go for the throat to take it out of the equation, right? Then yeah, that's a lot to deal with. And we are seeing like a lot of mono red too, so like Archfiend is just such a great choice right now, I feel. Isn't it? Like I really feel like that. Did I drop the GGs for the opponent, or did I just say it? Drop them the GG just in case. Maybe I'm spamming it, maybe I'm not. Alright guys, 32 minutes in, making good time. Let's keep the ball rolling. What are we? We're like somewhere in the middle with this deck, right? Like a 50-50? I think we could totally get there more than what we're getting there. If that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like the deck is totally capable of doing more, so let's see if we can end on some high notes. 1 or 2 more games. We saw that it performs well enough in the mid game, and it seems to be all right speed-wise. It's not like the most aggressive thing, but okay. See, no turn 1 here because Rockfall Vale is a slow land. If we had a turn 1 green source, then this would so be worth it. Opponent goes first here, unfortunately. Let's still keep this. Even though we don't have a turn 1, this is still a completely fine hand, I would say. Yeah, the fast mana is so essential. Also, we're on the draw, so we could see an untapped green source, which would just be so good, guys. Because, yeah, turn 2 Raptor. That would be wild. Okay, Jetmir's Garden. Woohoo! Let's go. Okay, worth the damage. Let's do this. We got turn 2 Raptor, turn 3 Raptor. I'm ready. Oh, no. Okay, let's go Copperline Gorge. That was a good draw too, I guess. Well, now we have too much mana, but this should still be fine. Okay, so we might be up against some domain control, right? That just based on the Proving Ground and the Jetmir's Garden play. Yep, and then they want to do the removal on... They want to do the ley line on their turn, so that way the Raptor doesn't punish them significantly here. Oh, go for the throw. That works too, right? That also does the thing. And probably same concept for the turn, although we could double down. Raptor. Maybe we do want just more on this board. Maybe we do. We get the swing since this has haste. Just seems like a solid 2-drop, man. It really does. It's probably a good thing this is legendary. Yeah, that nerfs the card a little bit. It just kind of seems like a really good 2-drop. Of course, anything that has like that extra utility tacked onto it, just to me, it always just seems really good. You know what I mean? Leyline Binding. Take the Yearling out of the equation. Okay, not more land. That's good. Yeah, we don't want to see more land. Although, not too much to do on this turn, unfortunately. With 3 open... It's probably Raptor, but I think we can swing for 3 and just play Raptor. Yeah, like there's a chance to like play around a Make Disappear, but you don't usually see Make Disappears in these domain builds, so just going for that extra 1 damage through there instead. Only 4 mana for the opponent. That kind of sucks. All right, we're just going to be swinging face, especially now that we have Invasion number 2. This is a couple turns of just plugging 4 damage to the opponent's face. So we're just going to be swinging on in, not worried about swinging at these battle sieges at all. Maybe swinging on in. Might be a Leyline Binding. Well, now that this is on the board, anything they do, they're going to be taking that 4 damage from the Raptor. Which is pretty wild, man. So if they did have something, they would have wanted to do it while this was on the stack. Other words, yeah, that Scytheclaw Raptor gets deadly really fast. Leyline Binding, 4 damage. And they probably take the Raptor out of the equation. Take 3. Take 4. And then we can decline the 1. And then maybe Invasion of Regatha just ends it next turn. Although these decks do have a lot of life gain, so... No 5th mana. I wonder how much mana they have in there. Probably just way too much, right? I feel like some of these domain builds run like 27 mana. Maybe not. Maybe. Well, there's some ramp. They're banking on us not having the damage in hand with this ramp, or they just didn't have anything else, right? Because yeah, that's all tapped. So we just go Invasion and Submit 0. There we go. Yeah, since we had another battle on the board, it has you choose, because you could choose the other battle instead. Nice. I kind of like some of the victories, the opponents haven't been getting the mana that they need, so I feel like we're getting a little bit lucky, but like they're still solid victories. 38 minutes in, guys. Let's go one more. Let's do this. Let's do this. As much as I want to end on a high note, I still think we can do that. I think the deck feels pretty solid so far, but probably rearrange some of the numbers. I think we want more of our 3 mana 6/6s. I think that it might be a little silly just to have 2 of those in here. Triumphant Chomp in hand. We get to try that out this game, maybe. Wait, did we already play with this today? I don't remember. I feel like, yeah, we got a good amount of games in, didn't we? All right, let's give this a shot. We go first here. Get our turn 1 down just in case we see our 3 mana dinos, or our 4 mana dinos for turn 3. Mountain Phoenix Chick. Uh-oh. Oh dear. At least we have some removal for it, right? And technically, the Firstborn can also be some removal on turn 4, which we might actually want to wait for. Right? So we could swing for 1. We have this on turn 3. We could always play this if we wanted to. I wonder if we take the Phoenix Chick out of the equation here. I don't know if that's like the best thing to do, but I'm gonna do it. Second Lorekeeper comes down, and we have Invasion for like Phoenix Chick number 2. Well, you know, the Chomp would have hit a Swift Spear as well. Lightning Strike to our face, sure. Copperline Gorge. See, Firstborn totally acts as more removal in hand too, so I wonder if we focus Invasion. This is a tough decision, guys. Like, we can get this down this turn and swing at this, get it down to 3, but I kind of want this to be removal when it comes time. So I'm just going to swing with these two instead of getting extra creatures down. I think that makes sense, and I think flipping the Invasion right now instead of pinging 2 to the opponent's face makes sense too. Godric. They swing down to 11. Who's on the defense here? I have no idea. No clue. Oh, no. Firstborn doesn't hit Godric. Do we play it now, though, is the question. Target dinosaur you control deals damage equal to its power to any other target. So nothing fancy there. We're going to play it for the sake of haste, but that Godric is going to be a problem. So decline, unfortunately. Oh, that's so janky. Should I keep this Lorekeeper back? No, because we're about to flip the Invasion. Let's get that down. That is a 4/4 prowess, but that Godric's going to be flying in the air probably is the problem. So the order in which I played things was just like something else this time round. Oh, do we let Squee get through and risk like a Monstrous Rage? Because a Monstrous Rage would get Squee over the 4/4. Oh, man. Oh, they're tapped out. Okay. Get that Squee. They're hitting for 6. We need to see something terrific off the top, guys. Not a land. Kumano isn't bad. But non-creature source you control would deal damage to a creature. Deals that much damage plus 2 instead. That's 3 damage. Prowess goes up. We have 7, 8, 9. And then we die next turn. The question is, does Godric fly in, or do we have some chump blockers here? Okay. Yeah, we don't have enough to end it. This is great damage, man. We're just gonna keep the 2 back, and I'm not even gonna play the Karplusan Forest. Just in case, you never know, maybe they'll play around something in hand. Maybe. Phoenix Chick, and is Godric flying in? It sure is. Oh, no. So that's 5 in the air regardless. We do have blockers for 2 things on the ground. Mono red still looking terrific. Had I kept the Triumphant Chomp, I don't know if it would have mattered this time round. Actually, just like taking out that Phoenix Chick early on. Oh, nice. They still had to stoke the flames too. Wow. Hey, good game, opponent. That was a really close one. We took a bit of Karplusan Forest damage there early, didn't we? I don't know how much. I mean, we're at -4, so they probably would have had the damage that round anyways, even if this wasn't pain. And I feel like the chomp on the Phoenix Chick early on was totally fine. It just felt like we were starting to fizzle out a little bit too fast, right? 44 minutes in. Let's go over the deck one more time. Dino aggro. All right, is this a way to put dinos together? Yeah, I'd say so. It's probably a little jankier than the dino mid-ranges. Probably. Because, like, when you go Gruul Dino mid-range, like, all of a sudden, like, those, like, top-end dinosaurs just seem so disgusting and so hard to get around. And the dino mid-ranges, too, like, they ramp so fast because, like, they have, like, 4 Lorekeepers or 4 Paleontologists, and then they have, like, the Topiary Stompers, which are also dinosaurs. So, like, it feels like they ramp and like they get their 5 drops down like 2 turns too early, and then it's just like ridiculous to deal with. So that's probably the direction dinosaurs should go, but this was cool. I wonder what we could do to try to make it a little bit more aggressive. As we were playing those games, I was talking a bit about like Pugnacious Hammerskull. We probably want all of these, right? Maybe? I think so. Actually, it wasn't too bad to keep like extra dinos on the board, was it? And that last one too, things just weren't lining up for us very well with like the Firstborn being able to actually take something out, but then Godric just happened to be like one of the cards that we couldn't hit, right? Like if it was Squee first, which obviously wouldn't make sense if they already had the Godric in hand because they'd want the Squee to be a surprise, so Godric was flying in. But had it been a little bit in a different order, then we actually would have had a better targets because we had that open mana to use this as removal. It's like I said, guys, I think this is just like a solid 2-drop just like in general, and it's a good thing that it says a legendary creature on it. In other words, yeah, I just feel like this could be disgusting. Outside of dinos, like still being able to pay like the 2 and just use itself to do 2 damage to something also just seems pretty good. I really like this card. The artwork's just glorious as well. All the artwork, man, all the time. Just so good. Invasion of Ixalan was excellent in here, which is fitting because it's Ixalan. Invasion of Regatha. What we didn't get to see today was Ixalan turn 2 into turn 3 Regatha, and then immediately flip this into a 4/3 trample dinosaur. There's a big problem with like the 3 toughness in the deck, and that is just Lightning Strike just being everywhere. Especially in mono red, obviously. I don't know if there's a single mono red variant that plays anything less than 4 copies of Lightning Strike, right? I think they always play, because it's just so powerful, it makes a lot of sense. So like having this at a 4/3, I guess on your turn at the very least you have a chance to give it indestructible in here, but we don't have any like instant speed things to be fancy and give it indestructible on their turn. So it's same thing with the Scytheclaw Raptor. It's a 4/3, so like Lightning Strike takes it out so effectively, unfortunately. Other than that, yeah, actually, Lightning Strike, a lot of different burn spells. We're probably not favored against mono red at all. While I think we can get there, if we want to lean the deck further, like so that we are maybe favored against mono red, then yeah, the Pugnacious Hammerskull. At that point, the opponent wants to focus face with burn, and then hopefully they have other stuff in the deck that helps with that burn, like that one deck that had Chandra, and then also the Flame Breather too. That was scary, man, because yeah, that gets around the Pugnacious Hammerskull really fast. Other than that, if the deck isn't that variant of mono red, then they could be in trouble with this. So yeah, going up to 4 of these, what do we drop though? Giant Cindermaw is probably an okay one to cut. We got the 1 of in here, like the biggest problem is not every opponent is gaining life, and so sometimes it's just a 4/3 trample, and yeah, it gets hit by Lightning Strike again, so I could easily see dropping this, going up some Hammerskulls, which actually don't have a 3rd or a 4th just yet. That's probably one I'll end up crafting, because I think we're going to play with this a lot. At the very least, just trying it out in different builds. I do wonder how often that stun counter actually just... if you like play this outside of dinos, would it be worth it? 3 mana 6/6 that stuns itself? I don't know. That's something that we should test at some point though, right? I mean, at that point, if you're playing it outside of dinos, there's still probably enough like green dinosaurs and stuff to at least squeeze a few of in there anyway. So really depends. And of course, like fight rigging would really want this too. So that'll be fun at some point. So what else would I drop for the 4th Hammerskull then? So Cindermaw's an easy cut, probably like the Paleontologist. It's like the 1-ofs, they're not doing too much in here anyways. We could opt for more interaction, but we're looking at like Invasion of Regatha being able to like do things like ping Phoenix Chick and stuff, which is another reason why in that last game maybe we should have kept the Triumphant Chomp back, because yeah, Invasion of Regatha was going to pick up that Phoenix Chick anyways, and then when we played this, we didn't have a target, so yeah, just like really clunky ordering on my part in that last game, the more I think about it. So anyways, yeah, probably the 1-ofs, but make sure you keep a Chomp or your choice of spot removal at that point too. This could also just be a play with fire, and you'd probably be completely satisfied with that, and like at least you'll be able to hit the opponent's face too, right? So yeah, I would end up dropping the Cindermaw and the Paleontologist, which is only going to come in handy every now and then. I'll drop both of those and go up 2 more of the Pugnacious Hammerskulls just because it's ridiculously priced. And that also increases the odds of us going turn 1 Lorekeeper, turn 2 Hammerskull, which just seems so disgusting, dude. And if you're doing that, I don't think you have to change the mana base. We got a 70-40 split here. We'd have 1 extra green card and 1 less red card, so the split is probably still fine. It's probably nothing to worry about. How did we like Cavern of Souls today, guys? If we're dropping the Paleontologist, like Cavern of Souls, if we go up like to 2 of these, we still can't use it to play like Kumano, our Battles, our Chomp, our Lorekeeper, so we still probably only want 1 of these. I think that's fine. Same concept with Restless Ridgeline. Coming in tapped really slows this down. Probably much better to have like a couple of these in your Dino mid-range build instead. The 1 of is still worth it just because like the Restless lands are going to come in handy, especially against control decks that just dropped a Sunfall on your face or something, you know? So yeah, I also liked all 4 Rampaging Raptors, although I do feel like too many of these were squeezed into our hand every now and then. I think that's just the game of Magic, you know? Okay, guys, 51 minutes in, enough rambling. I actually had a lot to say here, but yeah, that's the big thing. I think we want all 4 of the Hammerskulls, but we'll see, and we'll see where the meta ends up settling too. Like, you never know what's going to happen, so. Also, the 4 Hammerskulls also works really well with our turn 2 Yearlings as well. Just having that trample is so good too, so. All right, guys. Hey, if you made it this far into the video, for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.